Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, we're going to be looking at the Andromeda. So I recently did a video on the Drake Corsair and how it was a great all-rounder ship. And so today, I'm going to look at the Andromeda, which is the rival to that, and just see how that looks in comparison to the Drake Corsair. I'm going to look at the prices, the price of buying it in-game, price of buying it out of game, and the firepower and the health points of each of the ships and the cargo space, and just then take it out and see what it feels like, the Andromeda. I'll link up the Drake Corsair video above, and yeah, you can check that one out yourself. So we hope you like this video, guys. If you do like this video, don't forget to take that pointer, tickle that like button for us. Don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe notification for more. And if you check out the description, there's also the Discord link in there and a link to the org we've got going. And you can jump in and join in the fun when we're on together. And the code dropping down is a code we chose at random from our comment section. If you'd like your code to show up in the next video, just if you're subscribed, leave a comment in the comment section with your code, and we'll pick one at random again, and that will be your referral code shown to people watching the video. So yes, let's get into this one, guys. So I don't own an Andromeda, so I'm gonna have to go and rent it. I'm currently on the PTU because I wanted to show some of the MFD stuff as well. That's new, and plus I've got money in this one. I'm going to need around 88 grand to actually rent it. So there it is. Actually 65 grand to rent it. So the Andromeda here, multi-role, which is what we're looking at. So we're going to rent it for 1 day. Confirm rental. Cool. So we've got that now. So let's get that out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us over to aUEC and have a look at that.
For the latest
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle retrieval system.
Please use one of the conveniently located terminals.
So RSI Constellation Taurus. So this will be the Andromeda. Medium freight gunship, medium freight. 96 cargo on this one. So there's 96 cargo, whereas in the Drake Corsair there's 72 cargo.
Microtech.
Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up aUEC, and we'll go through some of the stats. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a timeline chapters so you can jump through if you need to.
Thank you, and please visit
Be
again.
sure to explore all New Babbage has to offer, whether it's the latest in cutting-edge technology.
So here we go.
Or the beauty of
So here's the Corsair, and to pledge it currently in the subscriber one, it's 240. I'm not too sure. I think it's around 200, around 270. I think it might be to pledge pounds. That is British pounds. In the we'll put it for dollars here.
Ready to upgrade?
There, $300 for the Corsair,
the factory line
and
Microtech
for the
products.
Andromeda, it's £230, and if we put it in US dollars, it is 288. So not too much difference in that, around $12 or something like that.
Guided travel.
And we're going to look at the
Newly renovated
pledging wise. So the Andromeda
in the luxurious
is,
brand.
where are we? The Andromeda is 3 million to buy. You can rent it for around, well, you just saw 65,000, but it's 3.5 million to buy.
Remember,
And
your
the Drake
belongings
Corsair
belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
is 3.4 million. So again, similar to they're both similar in price. So similar in price, similar in size, I think, as well.
Remember,
And so let's have a look on
belongs
here.
to you. Keep a careful
And I think this is where it starts changing here. They're both multi-role, both can have 4 people. And so the Drake here, the Drake Corsair, has 4 size 5 pucks, but they drop down to size 4. So that's not going to matter when the master modes come. There won't be these pucks anymore. It's going to just be, you'll just be able to put size 5s on there, and they'll be gimbaled anyway, just a slower fire rate. So it's got 4 size 5s and 2 size 4s that you can use as a pilot, and then you've got a remote turret for if you have somebody else on there that can't be changed, and then you've got 2-man turrets for 2 other people. So you've got 3 turrets there that can be used by other people. And then you've got the missiles, which are size 3s, cross sections, and you get 2 of each, so you're going to get 8 of those. But you can change these up and put these in and have the size 1s in there instead, and you can have what's that, 4 size 1s. So if you've got 4 there, and then 4 there, that's 8, and then 4 there, 12, 16. No, I did it right? No, they're size 4s. I'm doing the wrong one. It's not that I want, it's this I want. There you go. So you're going to have 8 size 1s. So you're going to have 8, 16, 32 basically. 32 missiles you can have for the size 1. And so massive amounts of power. Your alpha damage, even because these are cannons, so they're going to have massive alpha damage. Your alpha damage, which is the first hit that you make, is going to be 1200, which is massive. And then your hits DPS after that is going to be 2835.
Looking for a good time?
And then these are your man turrets and what damage you can do with that. And then here's your rocket damage. It's going to be 23,000 because you don't really have massive amounts of rockets. And so the shields is 10,000, 100,000 health points, and 440 health points per second regen, and 6,000 on your power per second, and then 555,000 cooling rate. Your EM is 26,000, and your IR is 10,000 with these stats here, and then a minus 58 physical damage. So we're looking at here. Let's look at the Corsair again here. So it's 72 SCU on the Corsair, crew size of 4, exploration ship. It's got 15,000 HP body, 15,000 HP nose, total HP of 91,000. Its dimensions are 30, 53, 25, and the mass is 230,000 kilograms. SCM speed 150, max speed 950, and then its pitch and roll 2785, and its hydrogen fuel is 691,000 and 6,900 for its QT fuel. All this lot will be the same because you can just change these anyway, so that doesn't matter, all this lot. So if we go over to the Andromeda, and what I'll do is I'll flip between the two. So on the Andromeda, your alpha damage is 112, it's only 320 here. But you've got lasers rather than cannons, so that's going to be smaller. And then you've got 2,800. So the Corsair is definitely the gun, has the power in the guns. They have about the same in the manned turrets. The rockets, the Andromeda has it with 81,000 damage, whereas you only got 23,000 damage with Corsair. Same with the cooling and stuff like that. All the slot is pretty similar, a couple of thousand. And then your EM is 11,000 on the Andromeda, so it's higher. It's less on your, it's more than half less on your electromagnetic, and 15,000 on your IR. So again, a little bit higher on the Andromeda. Now let's look at this stuff here. So you can have a crew size of 1, but you can have 4. I think there's 4 beds in it. The body damage is 20,000 and 20,000 on the nose, which is 5,000 more than the Corsair. Its total HP is 181,000, so that's double the Corsair. So you're going to get, even though you've got less firepower, you've got more health points. Dimensions pretty much the same, 27, 63, 15, 30, 53, 25. So a little bit less on the cross section here on the, I think, the up and down.
Looking for a good time?
And USM speed on the Andromeda is 144, where it's 150, so pretty similar there, and then 950 on the max speed, so pretty similar on them. And then your pitch and roll, your Andromeda's a little bit slower, not massively, but a little bit slower on its pitch and yaw and rolls and stuff like that. The hydrogen capacity is around the same, 660,000. The QT fuel is where it changes. You have 3,000. You have double in the Corsair, so the Corsair is more for getting across places. At this point in time, it doesn't matter because you can get all around Stanton with the quantum drives you've got. There's no messing around with that. So as Pyro comes out, maybe you might want to look at the Corsair differently for traveling around. So that's the stats in all that, guys. And again, none of this lot really matters. It's all, you can change them all to be the same. So that's comparing the two there. If I've missed anything, guys, stick it in the comments. It's pretty much that the Andromeda has what, about 30, around about 30, 20, 25, 30 more storage boxes. Has more health points, so a bit more of a tank in sacrificing the guns, basically. So if I was to change them guns and put these instead to be M6As, to be the same as the what's it called, the Corsair. So your alpha damage is 840 now, and 197 on your normal damage. So around 1,000 less on the DPS, and then around 400 less on your alpha damage. So you're not sacrificing a massive amount if you put the same guns on for the pilot, which is really good. So the thing you're missing is really the third turret, which is on the top of the Corsair here. This remote turret here, which has 2 badges on. So that's what you're missing in your firepower, and then obviously your 2 pilot guns here, your 2 size 4 pilot guns here. Everything else is the same. So you're sacrificing your 2 guns or your 3 guns with the remote turret for a massive difference in your health. The health here is 91. You're getting double the health on the Andromeda. So 181. So it depends on what you want. I mean, the Andromeda is a little bit slower in its pitch and yaw, but not much. It's mainly the roll which is slower. As you see here, 85 degrees per second and then 65 degrees per second. So a little bit less maneuverability it is going to be, but you're going to be a tank in it, and you're only sacrificing a small amount of your guns. So with that sacrifice, you're getting more health points and you're getting more space for cargo. You're going to get the same amount of crew. The only difference is in the crew, one of your crew members is not really going to be firing guns, but they could then fire missiles. You could have one of them firing missiles instead. So that's that, guys. I know that one went on a little bit too long comparing that, but I wanted to do a proper comparison and show you between the two. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the game itself and get in this ship.
Insurance claim has been sent.
And so it takes, I think, 19 minutes or 17 minutes around that time for the Drake to be called. And you see this takes 14 minutes. And we're probably looking at around the same. By the time this expedite fee time drops down to 0, so you can get out instant, you're generally around 5,000 on the fee. So that all seems equal. It's almost like the ships are equal to each other, but you're sacrificing firepower for health points on one of them to the other, and gaining a little bit more cargo on one of them.
Creative innovation meets Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity. From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment, be sure to visit New Babbage's renowned promenade.
I'm impressed. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got one.
Microtech, the Empire's leader.
So we go, guys. We've got it armed. Really? So you've also got this then with it as well, even though it's not in proper. Alright, I'm going to put this ship away and then get it back out. But we've also got this. It's my new torpedo. it's a bit bigger than the Corsair. Better. So the differences with the ship is, like I said, there's a lot more missiles on this. Something I didn't show you actually. Let me quickly bring that up for you guys. There and there. So on the Andromeda, you have massive amounts of missiles, but you can't change the sizes of them. You can only change which ones you have. So we've got 7, 14, 28 size 1s. We've got 12, 24 size 2s. So a lot of missiles. A lot of missiles. So that's something else I wanted to show you. So you've got a lot more missiles with the Andromeda, just a smaller size. And I mean, it looks chunkier than the what's it called? The Drake Corsair in its cross section. The Corsair obviously has the drop down thing. So even though you've got 2 people can go on the turrets there, we have this here as well, which also can be used by a pilot or somebody else, one of your crew. So that negates the extra man turret that you have, the remote turret on the Corsair. So that's a plus on that, is that you can have somebody outside of the ship causing some aggro to people. And so let's just bring up the cargo bay. So with the Corsair, it's at the back, the cargo section, and it drops down into a ramp. So with this one, you still can get a RoC truck in it, but you don't seem to have as much room. Even though it's 96 cargo, you don't seem to have as much room in the back as you do with the Corsair. So if you wanted a couple of vehicles, you'd struggle, whereas in the Corsair you probably would be able to do it. And so that's that. Let's close that. And with the Corsair, you have the lift that drops down as well, and at the front, and you can also go to the roof onto the top of the ship. Whereas with this one you can't. You have this elevator here only, but you can't go to the top of the ship like you can with the Corsair. I don't think I saw a VTOL mode in the Corsair, and it was quite sluggish going up in atmosphere, whereas this has a VTOL mode, vertical technical landing. And the VTOL mode is quite powerful in this. I've used it and it is quite powerful. So let me just turn some lights on. Turn ship on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
So we get some lights now. Let's have a quick tour of the ship like with the Corsair. So you've got the 2 turrets, top and bottom, whereas with the turrets on the Corsair, the left and right. So if you're fighting somebody, I remember we're in a Corsair with Kilthanis once, and he was fighting someone, and I couldn't get to the people because he was fighting them in front of them, and my turn wasn't enough on the side. So these are better being on the top and bottom because you can spin them round more. It just means that people on the side are going to be, or sort of around here, this midsection, are going to be a little bit more difficult. And so that's a little bit better there. You've got your crew quarters here, and your toilet here. We've got storage here. I don't know if this shared storage. No, because it's not bringing up the storage thing itself. So I don't know if the plans of having some shared storage in here. You've got, I presume, a weapons rack here. Was only looks like probably only fit one weapon in it each, so 2 weapons. So if you're going to do bunkers and stuff like that, you're going to have to have your weapons with you and not be able to put them on the ship and store them here. Then you've got the 4 beds, which turn into evac chambers. And you can log out of these ones, as far as I know. I couldn't on the Drake Corsair yesterday when I tried, unless I was doing something wrong, but I couldn't when I was trying it. Then we've got our cargo area here. I said because of the size of it, you that's where you're getting the height of it is where you're getting your cargo. Whereas with the Corsair, it's more about the width of it. And you've got 2 airlocks on this. All your missiles here. 2 airlocks on the side in case you want to come out. With the Corsair, you've got the one on one side, I think there is. And then you can't see your equipment in these one like you can with the Corsair. Can't access it. And then there's the small ship if you want to get in that. So, yeah, that's a tour of the Andromeda. I've got a Taurus, which has 170 odd cargo. I definitely would maybe consider this one as an all-day, every sort of situation runner. The weapon, I think that's weapon rack, but I'm not too sure if that is, because there's no small handgun one section, so I'm not too sure if that's going to get reworked or not. So no weapons rack, as far as I know. If that is one, I'm not too sure. Someone can let me know in the comments. So the Drake Corsair has that, obviously, with the weapons rack, and I can't see anything else to be a weapons rack. So let's take this one out. So let's zoom out of this. And have a look around real quick. So I think the guns are on gimbals. So those 2 at the top are on gimbals. And you've got an airlock there at the top as well. And then that bay there opens there for the gun to come out. So you've got an airlock at the top. And then you've got this section here opens up for the bottom turret. And I'm only seeing the 2 guns at the moment. I can't see where the other ones are. They're underneath the wings, I see them now. So you got your 4 guns there, and then you've got your thing on the back, and then you've got your 2 turrets. It is a nice looking ship. Right, so let's get out of here. So I showed you guys the other day, you have your, when I was in the Drake Corsair, in my HUD, not in the Corsair, sorry, what was I in? So I was on 3.20, which I'm on now, and in my HUD, you had to, you see this here, this MFD here, and this MFD here, they was on my HUD on one of the ships that I was on. I'm not too sure what ship it was that I was on, but them there was actually down in one of these MFDs down here, so I couldn't see them. So I'm wondering if it's specific ships where you can't see those that you actually get them in your HUD, because I think I've got a helmet on. So let me just check, see if I've got a helmet on. Yeah, definitely got a helmet on. So it must be specific ones where you get that. Actually, saying that, I had a different helmet. I think I had a different helmet. I think I had. Like a racing helmet. I wonder if it's just because it's a different helmet. Okay, so it's not there. So I thought maybe it might have been a different helmet, but it doesn't look like it. So maybe it's just specific ships that you get that HUD on your helmet. And basically you had your ship damage and shields, and their ship damage and shields. With what you see there in the top of the ship here. they was on my HUD in the top corners, in the place they are there. But whenever I moved my head like this, they followed my head. So I don't know what that's all about, or whether it's stuff that's going on. Apparently as well, in 320 now, if I wanted something else up here on one of my HUDs, instead of like say my target here, if I wanted something like my shields or something up there instead, when I put the ship away, that will stay like that. That will stay as it is like that. So if you wanted like your guns or something like that, you see your weapons here. Say you wanted your weapons one to be here instead. So for turning off your different weapons, then you can have that there, and then when you store your ship, that will stay the same. Then that will all stay the same. So that's something to know. Obviously, I don't need that here because I've got everything here across the top. I've got, when I target an enemy there, my guns and stuff here, so, and my comms here. So I've got everything I need across here. The only thing I don't have is my power triangle, which is there, so I could maybe switch one of these to my power. Instead of this, because I don't really communicate here, I could switch that to my power triangle instead. And then when I put this ship away, that will stay. So let's try it. Let me turn my engines off.
System off.
I'm going to turn it on again just to see. So it's there now. I'm going to put the ship away, and then what I'll do is I'll just put it away, get it back out, and then come. You'll see me putting it away and then coming back out and getting it out. So here I am. I'm going to put the ship away, guys.
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle
Just to
retrieval
see if this
system.
works.
Cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation
Store the ship.
meets innovative creativity.
And what I'm going to do is, while it's stored like that, I'm going to go to F1.
Goodbye.
I'm not too sure if I can actually change anything in the ship, but we'll see. It might be locked. Yeah, it's locked. Because it's a rental ship, I can't actually change stuff in it. So we'll see if it actually worked. Whether I needed to change anything in it or not, I don't know. But we'll see. If it's on, then you don't need to change. You don't need to change something. Like, I don't know if you guys know, to store weapons on it, you can
has been delivered to the. Please visit us again.
store your ship, change something like one of the generators, take it off, save it, then put the generator back on and save it, and then your weapons will be stored in there. So yeah, again, like the Drake, I didn't like the Andromedas when I first started the game, but now I'm quite liking them. Not the Andromedas, but the Constellations itself. Let's have a look, see if this worked.
Welcome to Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
It did.
Welcome to Space Industries.
That's my power triangle that I put there. So there you go, guys. New update. You can actually change your MFDs now. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go out and I'm going to pick up some cargo, and then I'm going to do a bounty mission like I did last time, and then I'm going to get the rock truck and put that in. Just the same as what I did with Corsair. Feel what it feels like to fly and work on that. So the VTOL feels about the same, even with VTOL on. So another thing, I don't know if you guys would have seen in one of my other videos, for some reason I can't put on my cruise control when I first start. It has to wait until I get into space, but that's probably just a bug. Power thrusters.
Maximizing engines.
So when I go into my quantum mode, you'll see now this is also gone, the circle. We've just got the sides here, and I like this new thing here. Like I said, I can't put on my cruise control for some reason. It seems to be only once I've done like a jump. So the thrusters are more powerful on this one. Only by a little bit, but they are more powerful. I forgot again to show you, if you go back to the part where I had the Urkel up, in the bottom section you'll see the thrust newtons per second or something like that it is. And you'll see it's only slightly more on this one. So they're pretty evenly matched, the two things, the two ships. See, now I can put my cruise control on side to be out of atmosphere. So I'm wondering if that's something that they're doing. You can't put your cruise control in the atmosphere or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down like I did last time. I know I'm in PTU here, but we're going to play Devil's Advocate and zoom in, and we're going to go down and get some gold just to see what it is like to get gold. There we go, landing gear in. Let's go. So yeah guys, I know I'm in the PTU here, and so it's going to be different for the gold cargo. We're not in PU, but just want to see what it's like to pick up full gold and come and sell it. What type of profit we would look at if we did get it, because 90 odd is, you know, you don't have to wait too long for the gold. I was in a PU yesterday, and there was when I arrived at one point there was 200 and something gold. So, and then the time before that I waited a little bit from 0 gold and it went to 62 gold. So you wouldn't have to wait massive amounts of time. So they've changed in PTU as well. They've changed your Morbiglass. On foot it's tab, and in your ship it's F1. But they're going to change the in-ship one to be tab as well, which means that they're going to remove your ping. So to do ping now, you have to keep hold of V, and then when you let go, it does that. So just some changes they're doing, just so you know, guys. So let's put VTOL mode on. Landing gear down. I mean, it feels a little bit easier than the Corsair. So it feels a lot easier than the Corsair moving around, which is good. Let's get down. If you remember in the Corsair yesterday, I didn't land on the landing pad. I actually landed here at the side. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to land at the side and see what that's like. Yeah, seems easy enough. The maneuverability is good. It's better than the Corsair at what I've witnessed at the moment. Turn engines off. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
Landing complete.
Let's do this. If you remember yesterday, I didn't have a helmet on as well in the Corsair one. Easier to send that lift back up as well. Got big landing pad feet. Looks like it's got a sturdy base, like it's gonna blow over. So here we go. Let's go into here. I like the new look of where your ship is as well. Looks much better, much cleaner. The whole thing just looks cleaner, like in your escape menu as well. Just looks cleaner. So let's have a look here. The commodities list. In that loading then, that was good. So we've got 800 SCU of gold here. Again, yes, we're in the P2U, but that's a lot of gold. That's a lot of gold. So I'm going to pick up all the gold here. It's going to cost us 550.7 for 96. This is messed up here where it says max. And let's see once we buy it whether this messes up like it did before. So let's do that. This doesn't, like the cut off here and this stuff, and this confirmation button is a little messed up for me as well. So 550,000, let's confirm that. And again, you can't, it's not intuitive like on what you need to be pressing, but that's much better. It's not like blurred out so you can't see it. You can actually see what you're looking at here now, which is much better. It's not all like overexposed. So we got 96, cost us 550,000, 550.7 thousand. Have a look at the looting side of things. All look pretty much the same. Oh, nice. I think there is more chance of getting subscriber older subscriber. Right, so that's the local, so why is it not? Older subscriber gear, that's a bit older. They look a bit dirtier. So yeah, there's more chance of getting them currently. The sound seems to be a bit... So I'll put that on. And this helmet here is worth $3,000 at Space Station. So, guys, just on what we're doing at the moment, what we're seeing at the moment, what do you guys think? I think at this moment in time, I'm quite liking the Andromeda more than the Drake Corsair. And I've not looked at the... I've picked up an Andromeda before. I know I have, because we picked one up in the Rags for Riches that me and Kiltanis did. And so I know I've flown one of these before, and I do have a Taurus, which I've used cargo running. But as an all-rounder gunship that I can just take out, like the same idea I had with the Corsair. You can take it out, you can do cargo running, you can do bounties, you can do missions, bunker missions, and you can have a crew in or solo. I think at this moment in time, the Andromeda's topping it for me. So I figured out why that arrow moves. If I press and end up on, for some reason when I'm taking off, it puts me into the mouse movement mode, and that's where that little thing in the middle moves, and I don't like it when it does that. And basically what it is moving my guns. I don't like that. So I'm not too worried about pirates and stuff like that at the moment, because obviously I'm in PTU, so it's a little bit more chilled. But I want to see what we're going to get for a full load here. I think it was around, if we'd have got a full load in the Corsair, I think it was around 100,000 we would have got. Now I'm not expecting massive amounts more, because there's only around 20 something, 24 more cargo, but that's still a decent amount more. But VTOL on. So with the Drake Corsair, we could get about 100 grand, I think, if we sold a full load of gold. So now we're gonna see what we can get here. With this one, 550 we paid. So let's pick the Constellation Andromeda, the gold, 718. So 550 would have been 168, I think that is, altogether, profit. 168 profit. I think we just got there. 550, sorry. So 50 is 6. 150, about 167,000 we earned on that run there. And I know you're not always going to be able to get the gold, and you're getting a bit of price with it being like in stock and all that stuff. But that's the potential. That is the potential. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get some Vice like I did with the other one. And I'm going to go over to Outpost 54, get some Vice, see what we get for that. And then what I'll do is I'll pick up a bounty like I did with the Drake Corsair. And then what I'll do is I'll go and pick up a mining truck. So guys, back in the Andromeda. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to go and pick up some. Oh, we're going to go and pick up some Vice this time, and see what we get for that. And just the reason I'm doing that is because I want to do the same run I did with the Corsair yesterday. Again, it won't let me put the cruise control on. So here we go, guys, to Outpost 54, same as where we went yesterday. Pick up what we can here, sell that, and then we'll pick up a bounty. I think the look of it is much cleaner. Once they sort out like the blurriness and that and optimize it a little bit better, I think the new look is much better. So the feeling of this has the same feeling as the Corsair does. In fact, the Corsair was a little bit more sluggish. This does feel a little bit better. I like the more open view. I do like Drake ships. Like I absolutely love the Caterpillar, but I do like the open view of this as well, and having the crew around you as well. I do like that. So even though I loved the Corsair and what it could do, it's opened my eyes to actually multi-role ships, and this is definitely a great multi-role ship for everything it can do. It's apart from the firepower, but then you've got better hull damage. So I definitely think this is going to be a better one to pick for me. So when I was saying I might look at getting the Corsair, I think I might have to pick this one over it. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think of the differences between the two. Do you want the more firepower? Are you more geared towards firepower, or would you prefer the extra hull and cargo space, and having the little fighter as well that you can detach? It's different round here. Windy. Oh, missed it. Okay, so let's get some Vice, and then we can get on and do the bounty as well. So I think flying wise, it's been pretty all right. So it's not too bad. So let's grab some Vice. Why does it keep doing that? So obviously we're going to have full loads here because we're in the PTU and not everybody's doing this. So we'll pick the Andromeda, and again we'll see if it works out the same. Now, I can't remember what I got yesterday. You're not going to get this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of mimic what I had yesterday, and I'm going to get sort of almost the same level of each. So if I was to say I got 25 of each, which is basically quarter of each, then we'll see basically what we would get. I mean, we could just get all 50 Widow and then and then the rest ETAM, but I want to try and keep it close to what it was yesterday. Confirm. So if I get a quarter of each, because yesterday I got a quarter of each and worked out like what it would have been if I'd filled the Corsair with that. So a quarter of each one of these. So I'll do the same if I'm going to fill it up with a quarter of each, which is going to be around 25 each. Exit that. Buy that. ETAM. 25. Buy. Confirm. And Neon. Again. Oh, exit that first. Then Neon. 25. Oh, actually I can only get 10 Neon. So buy that. Confirm. And then Toxin. 25 of that. Oh, 25 of that. Should put us to 85. No, not 36, 25. And buy that. And that leaves then, I think, what we got. And then what we'll do is we'll buy, so we can get another 11. So I'll pick another like 3 of each basically, or 4 of each. So another 4 of that, and that way then I've got a quarter of each thing. Then I filled up my hull with a quarter of each thing. So ETAM 4 by confirm. I'll have to let you know how much I paid altogether in the end. Toxin again 4. Can we get 4? 3. There we are. And buy. 3. Buy. I like the look of this, but you need to make these a bit more like buttons so you can see what you're pressing. Again, this has done this, so that doesn't get fixed there. It's hard to see that a little bit. I mean, you can do that to see it, but yeah, it's not brilliant, and it does that. So I'll let you know what we paid for it at the end. I might have to overdub that because I can't remember. I'll have to add it all up, and then I'll let you know when we sell it. I'll do an overdub on that. So let's go. And so the reason I did it the way I did it was to try and make it fair on what we was doing. Like yesterday when I did the Drake Corsair, I was able to get all of the stock in equal amounts. So I wanted to make sure it was the same. So yesterday when I had the Drake Corsair, I was fighting it to get it around here. This seems a lot more stable to get onto a target. I don't know if you watched the Corsair one. I did link it at the beginning, and it was a lot harder to actually stay on target. When I was looking for the jump point, it was a lot harder. So let's have a look what it feels like for deceleration. That's actually not bad. It's like the same as the Corsair. So that's not too bad. I don't think I'm going to be able to land this in the middle like I did with the Corsair. I think they are around the same size, but I am going to try and land this the same. So with the Corsair, I landed it in the middle here like this. Let's see if I can do the same. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out of this so I can see it a little bit better. And I'm just going to land it here, back a little bit here. Now what does that look like as a landing? Yeah. Not really snagged on anything, I can't see. Yeah, pretty good. So I can land it in the middle like I could with the Corsair. That's pretty cool. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
That looked like it went nose diving then. Keep an eye on that. Oh, that did do the landing gear. So it's not snagged on anything, so I don't know why it is moving. It's not. I did do the landing gear, I think. Or did I not do the landing gear again like usual? Maybe I didn't do the landing gear again. No, I didn't do the landing gear. It's my trick move, that. Right, so let's do this, guys. So I've got the Corsair, the Andromeda, sorry. And we're gonna sell all of this for 157, confirm that. Don't know why that's in the way. That away, guy. And then we've got the Widow. We're going to sell all that for 394. Confirm that. And accept. Oh, failed, it says. I said failed, I don't know why. Sell that. Confirm. Accept. And all of that. Confirm. So it seems like there was a mess up there. It said that I only had 1 ETAM, which we sold for 11,000 when actually I had 29 ETAM. So what I've done is I've calculated the cost with 29 ETAM instead of 1. And it cost us altogether 728,000.35. And we sold it all for 968,000. So we made about 240,000. About 240,000 we made there. So that's a good little run, that one. I think with the Corsair I got about 120 grand. I was fair and I made sure I got a bit of E, like I would do in the real world. Not real world, but in the PU. So that's cargo running. The ship movement does feel really, really good for me. And so we're going to test that now with Bounty. Again, I can't test this as a multi-cruise ship because I don't have anybody on with me. So I can't really test it that way. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to pick up a Bounty. Pick up a penguin. I'm going to pick up a Bounty and see where we go from there. So I don't know why it's firing the guns if that's not showing them. Ah, see. So I can do that with my pad. I've got to hold it. That's right. That's cool. At least I found that now. So rhinos is what we've got on this. Let's see how they damage. And then we've got our missiles, and we've got. So I fired up 2 yesterday, but these are size 1s. So what I'm going to do is go to the size 2s, and I'm going to bring up 3. I brought up 2 yesterday on the size 3s. We've got so many missiles. So many missiles. Right, I'm going to pick up a Bounty. Let's do this. Contracts manager. Let's go to mercenary, and we'll pick call to arms up as always. I don't need to pick it up because I've got enough money, but do that as habit. And then we've got the Bounty. Active Bounty evaluation. This is what we want. Do we want this one? No, that's too much. So I don't know if you remember in the Drake Corsair one, I fired the missile, 2 missiles at one of the tags. He just evaporated. And so then I used my guns on the second one. So I'll try and do something similar to this. If there's more than one target, I'll fire some missiles at him and then use my guns for the next one. So there's one guy here.
I need some help mopping up these bastards.
I'm going to fire 3 this time at him. He's gone.
Oh no. Thanks.
He's gone. So, oh, that's one of them. Let me see if I can pick up another one. And this time I'll use guns. Okay. So we're going to be in atmosphere here as well. So this is going to be a bit different on the handling. And so if there's 2 targets, what I'll do is I'll do the same. I will fire my missiles. That's the first one, and then the second one I'll fire my guns at. So I'm going to come in and try and get myself into SEM range, or speed, should I say. Generally come in at around 12,000. Power weapons.
Maximizing weapons.
So there's the first one. Is that the guy, Harry Derby? No, so we don't. So we can just fire missiles at this one. There we go. We've got a lot. I think he might be gone, that guy. I think that guy's gone. Yeah, he's falling down. He's got no wings. I'm just going to wait for him to drop. And he's gone. So that leaves this target left. And I'm going to use guns for this guy. So let's do it. And I'm in thingy mode like I was yesterday. In gimbaled mode. So in gimbaled mode, you're going to have just less firepower. It's not going to be smaller guns in the new master mods. It's just going to be half fire rate. So let's get that to SCM speed. So it was around the same area I did the Corsair yesterday. I've not got my thingy set for my missiles. Fortunately. So let's see what it's like to fight. I mean, it is a bit sluggish. It's going to be hard, I think. It's not going to be easy to fight in this and do bounties. But the Corsair was similar yesterday, I think. Corsair was similar. So try and get that on him. Actually, I'm going to change that to be maybe in front of him. I'm getting hit here. Yeah, it's not easy. Definitely not easy. But once I did get it on him, boom, he was gone. So that's him done. Not as easy. The Corsair was a little bit easier yesterday, but it was a slower ship, I think, I was against. And that's him on his way down to meet his shadow. Boom. Remnants of him. So not as easy, but I think if you've got a crew, that will be not so bad. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to land this, and I'm going to pick up a rock truck and put that in there just to show you that fitting in it. But same deal as what I had yesterday, where it's about what I can do in this as an all-rounder. Like I said, I can't try with multi-crew because I don't have people with me. But I'm looking at an all-rounder ship. That wasn't easy fighting there. It was a bit sluggish, so I definitely think if you're going to be doing bounties, you're definitely going to need a crew with you. Turn engines off. Turn engines off. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
So guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick up my rock truck and show you it fitting in the back of the Andromeda, just so you can see that you can fit it in, but it doesn't have the same amount of room as the Drake Corsair, but you still can fit it in if you do want to do that, because we did it once for the Rags to Riches. Two guys checking out some stuff. Never in the year of playing this game have I ever had to wait at one of these ASOPs. That's mad. So let's get my one out. I'm gonna go for the RoC. And if you didn't know, guys, you can actually get a talent out here as well. So if you need a fighting ship.
All of our space. Please visit us again.
There it is. Being jumped in. Right, let's do it. So let's get this on the ship, guys.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Someone's left one of those trucks there.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Seems a lot slower, this. I remember. So let's get out of this. The thing down on here. In here again. And then we are. And as you can see, just about getting it in there. You're not going to get much more in there. And then we'll close the bay. And that's pretty much what you're going to get in there. So that shows the RoC truck side of it and what you can do with that. Definitely want to test this out with more crew and see what we get and see what it looks like. But yeah, I've enjoyed flying that. It was a bit of a battle with the fighting. Definitely think if you're going to do bounties, you're going to need to have a crew or just stick to the VLRTs, because I think going up, maybe the LRTs you'll be alright, but I think after that you're going to struggle a little bit and you're probably going to need a crew. So I definitely think it's got multi-purposes with the cargo, so you can get, you know, 90 cargo, still earn some good money with that, especially with Vice. And you can definitely do bunker missions. You can definitely do bunker missions with it, and you can do some VLRTs and LRTs probably. But then you're going to need a crew to go further than that. So yeah, so that's the Andromeda, guys, compared to the Drake Corsair. So let us know which one you prefer out of the two, and why in the comments. Don't forget to stick your referral codes in the comments, and we'll pick someone to a winner with that. I think I've just crashed. We'll pick a winner with that and put them in the drop down as it comes down and in the description. So yeah, so it looks like I've crashed here, guys. So I'm going to end it here. So we hope you like this video, guys. If you did like this video, don't forget to take that point to tickle the like button. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe notification for more videos as we drop them. And there we go, black screen. And so yeah, so let me just yeah, so let us know what you think, guys, and in the comments, and we'll go from there. So yeah, take care, guys. We'll see you out in the verse.